Alright, so we got one viewer in here. I'm gonna wait till we get a few more people in here. Got two people. As soon as we get a few more people in here, we're going to have a discussion while we wait for Power Hour and things that are going on. Nothing's ripping right yet at the moment, so we're gonna have a discussion because I have some things on my mind to talk about. So as soon as we'll give everybody like 5 minutes to get in here. What's up, One Life? We are looking good on this AYTU swing though. I'm enjoying seeing all these shorters pop up at 175 and get taken out and then more come in. I think there's going to be a pretty nice size short squeeze on this stock. This stock is a recipe for a short squeeze. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Like I said, I want to give a few more minutes for people to get in here because I don't want to have to repeat myself. I want to get all this out. What's up, Usama? My homie, the big what are you now? The big dropship guy making all that money. I'm glad to see you in here, Usama. We're gonna have to talk about the market and stuff today here in this live stream. I heard you was doing real good with that drop shipping biz. Yeah, possibly epic squeeze on this stock. Possibly a squeeze we've not seen in a while, like years. So like I said, let's let a few more people get in here, and I'll start talking about my thoughts. Like I said, there's a lot that I've been thinking about the last little bit. And it's just crazy right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I think I'll cut this video down just for the things that I'm gonna say, and then I'll post it. So if people miss the stream, they'll still be able to see it because I think this is really important. I'm seeing some things happening on social media. And what I'm seeing is I'm seeing other YouTube channels that are finance related, but they're not that big into the stock market. They are using Webull and Robinhood. They are using those as affiliate and sponsorship for their apps. I know this is happening because Webull sent me an offer for a sponsorship yesterday. I have not taken said sponsorship. And most likely I'm probably not going to. There's not enough money involved. And I don't like Webull that much. At least at the moment. I like Webull better than Robinhood. But anyway, I'm seeing these YouTube personalities prey on people's fears. A lot of people are running to YouTube right now because when you have a problem, when you break your phone or you drop your phone in the water or something, how do you fix it? You go to YouTube and you try to find out. So with the stock market crashing, I'm seeing people run to YouTube. My make money on the coronavirus video is getting views, and I've not done any promotion for it. I didn't post it in any Facebook groups. I didn't post it anywhere. So I can tell that people are running to YouTube for answers. And these guys who are doing this with their little Robinhood accounts and Webull accounts and stuff, they're trying to give advice to people. A lot of them are pretty young, younger than me, I'm sure. And I'm talking about Stephen Graham and a few of those guys like that. And while, yes, some of them are probably millionaires and have a lot of money, they just gained their wealth. They've never been through anything like this. They're also not in the trenches like we are every day, day trading, and we're sitting here for hours every day watching the market. We're in here. We know how it feels. The day traders are here. We know. If you have a portfolio and you're watching it every 2 weeks, you might have a little idea of what's going on, but you have no idea. So, so what I'm seeing is them giving advice and telling people to buy stocks right now. While yes, you should buy stocks when the market crashes, we haven't crashed yet. Okay, that's the thing. Right now, there's a lot of things up in the air. the feds are talking about, and while the SPY loads, okay, there it goes. The feds are talking about pumping $500 billion into the market to basically keep it afloat. And the problem with that is, it's like putting a Band-Aid on an open wound. This is the market. This is the SPY. This is what we've been going through for 3 weeks. It's right here in front of me. I can see this. You putting $500 billion in is not going to fix this nonsense in a couple of days, okay? We're still dropping. And when that press release came out, you know, it's right here is where it came out. And then the market shot up really quick. False hope. You get false hope, the market's going to shoot up. But guess what? The market does what it's going to do, and it knows when there's false hope. The market can smell blood. It knows what's up. So you see, all these gains that it got right here are already all gone. So telling people to buy stocks right now, sure, you're getting a cheaper deal at this moment. And if you have a lot of money, it'd be fine to be loading up on the way down so you can keep bringing your cost basis down. But the people who are going to YouTube for answers, they don't have a lot of money. They don't do this for a living. They don't know, you know, what's going on. That's why they're asking for answers. So you tell them to buy Apple right now, they might go all in with their money and buy Apple, and then the market could very easily keep crashing. And when that happens, they're going to lose a lot of money and get scared and sell down at the bottom. So what these YouTubers are doing, I think, is a very bad idea, and they're going to cause a lot of people to lose money. Because the only stocks, the only certainty right now at this minute, let me turn my phone down, it's going crazy, but the only certainty at this minute is reverse ETFs like TVIX that's been going up, okay? That is moving up. You can see it, it's been moving up. And all these coronavirus stocks, they have been moving up. They've been dropping down and moving up and dropping down and moving up, but they are the only stocks that are really moving. Everything else is crashing with the rest of the market. So the only things you should be investing in right now is either the inverse ETFs against the market till we see a sign that the market is going to change, and coronavirus stocks until we get a vaccine or we get enough test kits and stuff like that out there. And that's why I'm invested in 5 different coronavirus stocks and an inverse ETF. And until something changes dramatically, I'm going to stay in these. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, we don't know if this $500 billion is going to work. And most likely it's not, because the panic is already here. Things are only going to get worse with the virus until a vaccine happens. And even then, it's going to take some time. You have to get the tests out there. You have to get the vaccine FDA approved. You have to get it distributed. There's a lot that goes into this. So while there may be a little hope for the future, yes, it is true, the market does always rebound. At this point in time, there's not one person on YouTube, including me, there's not one investor, including Warren Buffett, that knows what the market is going to do at this point. The only thing we have to go off of is charts and history and news. 90% of the news right now is negative. There is nothing positive in the news except for this maybe $500 billion that's going to get pumped into the market. Maybe we're going to get a stimulus package. We've not got any of this yet. So, and we might start getting a breakout here on AYTU. We'll see. At 175 finally broke, but I don't think until it gets to 2 that shorters are going to start covering. I think they're going to hold because they're going to be greedy and they don't know what's going on with the stock. But anyway, back to my point. There's no guarantees with the stock market. None of this is guaranteed at any point in time. And nobody can know those answers at this moment. That's the big problem. Especially though, YouTube financial channels. Yes, I am one, and I am willing and honestly to admit, I'm willing and honest to admit that there is, I don't know. I don't know exactly what is going to happen at this point. The market could turn around and rebound at any moment. If a vaccine comes out or if it all just dies and goes away, like, we don't know. The market was fine and traveling the way it was traveling, and then all of a sudden, coronavirus and the market crashes. I can make an educated guess. Like I said, Daniel B., I believe, has a good idea of where the market bottom might be, and that's fine, but that's still just an educated guess. Everything is speculation. So if you are looking for YouTube for answers, really, really use your brain when listening to some of these channels, because they're going to tell you whatever they want to tell you to get you to subscribe, to get you to open a Webull account or a Robinhood account so they can get that affiliate money. They are preying on your fears, and they're going to use that to their advantage to make money. That's just how it is. So listening to them is not going to be the greatest idea, because they don't have your best interest at heart. Now, I'm not a big YouTuber, and I'm a pretty honest person. So I'm just going to tell you like it is, and I just felt like I needed to get that out there. So that will be a video I'll post later, but I think people need to hear that and stop relying on Stephen Graham and other financial channels that really don't have any idea what they're talking about. Because while a lot of his videos and some of the other financial channel videos do have some good information in it, this type of thing they're not equipped for. Like I said, they're not in the markets. They're not in the trenches every single day. They cannot give you a better educated guess than someone who's in the market every day can. So just wanted to get that out there. Like I said, I think it's important, and I don't like the stuff I'm seeing from some of these financial channels right now at this moment. But anyway, to AYTU. AYTU is coming up a little bit here. It's had a lot of troubles with 175. Now, what I think is going to happen with AYTU, okay, they have a test for the coronavirus that gives you results within 2 to 10 minutes. They also have the commercial rights to sell this test in the United States, and they are the only ones with these rights. Okay, so because they're the only ones with these rights, and they are raising money to get these tests out there, the stock has a lot of potential to rip. Here's the thing. This stock before this type of news was on a massive downtrend in a hot market when everything else was going up. So this company was a garbage company, and still technically is a garbage company. I looked at their financials. A lot of their financials are not good. So what is happening is shorters are looking at this like an easy piece of cake. They're like, this is a garbage company. It's running off of coronavirus hype. It's going to crash. Here's the thing, though. They probably don't know that they have the commercial rights and have the test that they have. So with all these shorters, and that's what I was watching all day at 175, massive orders coming in on the ask, on the sell. I don't think people who are invested in this company for the coronavirus test kits are selling that much shares at 175, especially when the stock was up to $3 the other day. What I think is the shorters were coming in heavy there because the offering they used to raise money, the price was $1.25. So they see it at $1.75. This is a great opportunity to short it down to $1.25. Now, because of that, once we get up to $2 and it breaks $2, I think shorters are gonna have to start covering. And if I am right about this theory, all those shorters, all them shares that are short that I've been seeing at 175, when they cover, it's going to cause the stock to rip even harder. And then more people are going to notice this stock and see that their test kits are very quick and that they have commercial rights, and they're going to come in and buy this. So I think there's a good possibility, as long as current market conditions don't change, as long as there's no vaccine or we still having coronavirus issues, I think this stock has potential to rip really big. I think it could have a possible massive short squeeze. So Excuse me. So that's my thoughts on AYTU. I think we have potential for a massive short squeeze that could make this stock really, really get running. So we'll see. And it's probably not going to be today. It could, but I think it's more likely either tomorrow or maybe next week. So we shall see. And you can see here the SPY is still coming down. It's trying to like slow down right here, but if we start getting back down towards this 249 area, the SPY is probably going to keep dropping. So that's where we're at. So like I said, I'm holding these swings until something changes, or if these swings start ripping. Like I said, I have AYTU, I have TLSA, which is not looking great, but it's not looking terrible. All it needs is like one good press release, and this stock can rip. I like AIM. AIM is on this 200-day moving average. It's came down and it's been riding it all day. As long as that 200-day moving average comes up, I think this swing will work out. I think it could start getting a move. HTBX. HTBX is below this 200. It has dipped below a couple times and then popped back up. But if you draw a trend line from here to the top of it, it just looks like it's on a trend line. So I think it still has potential. Like I said, one press release saying that something about the coronavirus and it could go pretty crazy. SPX, same type of deal. It's above the 200. Well, actually right now it's a little bit below, but you can see the downtrend on it at the moment. It's not that far from a reversal. So those are all my swings. Is that all of them? Did I count them all? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 5. Yep. Okay. But today's focus here, we're going to be watching AYTU to see what it does the rest of the day. We're in the power hour now, and we'll see how. So you see there's a lot of selling again at 179. Big sellers, 28,000, 27,000, 27,000, 27,000. Like, it's got to be shorters. There's no reason for all this selling between 175 and $2. It's got to be shorters trying to hold this down. So I really do think we're going to get a short squeeze. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. And VIX up to $71. So I don't know if Josh got in VIX, but he should have, because it's already up $10 today. Yeah, it's the SPY is getting right back close to dropping levels. It's almost back down to that 250 area. I got phone calls coming in, text. Since the market started dropping, I'm getting a lot of phone calls and text from friends and family asking me, what should they do? That may be something else I'll talk about here in a minute. I'll talk about what people should do. And then I'll put that on that video too, so. Okay. So, look at all that selling. 30,000 shares, several different 30,000 share positions right there at the ask. Woo! I hope these shorters keep loading up. These shorters keep on loading up. I'm telling you, when this gets over $2, there's going to be a lot of covering. But yeah. So your options which I talked about some of those during in the how to make money off the coronavirus video. But your options are pretty simple. You have several. If you have a big portfolio or a portfolio that is going to be your retirement and you're worried about losing that money, if you're pretty young, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. In 10 years, all this you probably will barely even remember because the market always goes up. We'll go back to SPY and I'll show you on the SPY. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, here we go. So here's the 20-year, and you can see in 20 years, the SPY has always gone up. We had a dip here, it went up. It had a dip here, it went on a massive rip up. So we're going to have another drop, another dip down, and eventually it's going to come back up. So if you're not elderly and you don't think you're going to be dying anytime soon within the next 10 years, then your portfolio is going to be fine. If you're not that hands-on with it, I wouldn't worry about it too much, because eventually the market will rebound at some point in time. Now, if you're wanting to make money during this time, there's several different options you have. One of those is inverse ETFs, which I've talked about, and it's in that video. TVIX is an inverse ETF. Let me turn this back off. 20-year. There we go. So when the market started crashing, you could have got in TVIX back here at $40, and right now it's up to $3.90 something. So you can make money while the market's going down just by playing inverse ETFs. Okay. If you're like, I've always heard to buy stocks when the market is down, hence what some of the other YouTube channels are saying, that is fine, have some cash ready, but I don't think we're there yet. You need to wait until we have some clear sign that we're at the bottom, or close to the bottom. Right now, it's really not that clear, and I doubt we're at the bottom. So you can just wait it out for that. Just get your cash ready and sit there, and then you can buy Apple and Microsoft and all those stocks at cheap prices. That's an option. And then you can short the market if you have a margin account. I don't recommend that, but it is an option. Yeah, it's still crashing. That's what I'm saying. It's going to keep crashing, I think. In my opinion, I think it's going to keep dropping. I'm saying you wait. You got to wait until we see a bottom. Right now, this does not look like a bottom to me. Like if I put this back on a 3-year, you can see it a lot better. The 200 is right here, and we've crashed through it. We don't have any other possible bottom until this area here. And then the other one, which Daniel B., one of the subscribers who's in chat quite a bit. Let's see, where's it at? Is it on the 20-year? Yeah, so on the 20-year, you can see this is where he thinks the bottom is going to be at 154. And I kind of agree, because the market hit here and hit here. So it was resistance at some point. And so I think this could be very strong support for the market. And it's still quite a ways away from that. We're $100 away on the SPY from it being down this low. So I think that could be the bottom. If that's the case, then I would start looking for positions on Apple and Microsoft and dividend stocks and things like that when we get down there. You might could look at 187 on this 200-day moving average, but there's not really any other thing indicating support there, so I'm kind of doubting that it's going to be support. The 50-day wasn't support. It just went right through it. Still kind of trying to hold up, but I think we're going down to at least 185. Very good possibility 150 could be the bottom. And worst case scenario, it could go down to 6. It could be down here or even lower. So that's where you want to start somewhere in this area here is where you want to start maybe adding some stocks to your portfolio, some dividend stocks, whatever. You're going to get a lot better deals, because if you buy up here and the stock market keeps crashing, you're not getting a better deal. You know what I mean? You're losing some value through here when you could just wait and get in down here. So, but like I said, at any moment all this can change. I don't think it's going to. I think we're going to continue on this downtrend, but at any moment it is possible. So AYTU getting up to $80, or not $80, $1.80. I'm sorry. So you've got inverse ETFs. You can wait out, keep your cash for the bottom to buy stocks. Then you can just hold your portfolio and don't worry about it. In 10, 15 years, it'll be up higher than it ever was. You know, so you have options, but if you sell your stocks right now and the market keeps crashing, you know, you could get in lower. But what if the market goes back up and those stocks that you were in, you know, now you got to buy back in and you're buying up higher than where you sold at. So it doesn't really make sense if you've got that big of a portfolio to be emptying it and stuff. I mean, unless you don't have any other cash and you're wanting cash to buy the bottom. So, but nobody really knows at this point what's going to happen. There's still a lot of unknown variables, and that's my concern. Is the uncertainty is why the market is crashing. Whoops. This uncertainty is, you know, until things are a little bit clearer, the market is going to continue to crash, and that's just all there is to it. So, any questions from anybody? Any comments or concerns? Because I just did a lot of talking, and ooh, big buyer there. That's a 100,000 share. No, 10,000 share buyer. No, that was a 100,000 share buyer at 180. He's gotten halfway filled, but still. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see where Tesla is. Tesla is definitely one I've got my eye on. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's there we go, Tesla. So Tesla's down to 559. So if you can remember from the SPY, you know, if the SPY gets way down to where I was saying it's at, then Tesla could be down to $200. And getting Tesla at $200 is a steal. So that's why I say you want to have some cash ready. Because I'm swing trading and day trading, you know, once I'm out of all these trades, my cash is ready to buy. So, and actually at that point, I'll probably be adding in more cash. I'll be going shopping. That's the best time to go shopping in the stock market, is when the market crashes and you get to the bottom. But most people, when a market crash happens, you know, we have a recession and all that, most people are just trying to survive. They don't know these things. So, and that's part of the reason why I do this channel, is because they don't teach this stuff in high school. If you don't actively seek out this information, you're never going to know it. See, AIM coming up a little bit. Yeah, AIM with a slow, nice U shape right there. HTBX is still just riding. Yeah, so all these guys are not doing too much. I think if we get a rip, it's either going to be on AYTU or TLSA today. I think if we're going to get a rip today, I think a lot of these other stocks can rip later on too, but I think if we do get a rip, it's going to be one of these. So, but there's definitely going to be plenty of buy-in opportunities for long-term investments if the market continues to go down, which that's what it looks like. I think there's a good chance the market's going to continue to drop. I mean, you don't really have to be like, excuse me, a super expert to see that the SPY is on a massive downtrend. You can see this like down. That's pretty clear cut to me. So I'm actually going to switch to the 5-minute here on AYTU so we can get a better look at how these candles are moving. Logistics stocks like information gathering stocks, like companies that collect your information online like Google and things like that. Is that what you're talking about? Because I'm not it depends on what you're talking about. A lot of my knowledge is in, see, I'm looking up right now. Oh, shipping. Shipping stocks could be, because they are going to have to, they're going to ship the vaccine around and they're going to ship test kits, and there's going to be a lot of supplies, especially in the case if the United States gets to the point to where Italy is. Italy's in rough shape. So it is a possibility. I have some of the smaller penny stock shippers on my list right here. They're not really doing too much. The other day they did get a little quick pop, but at the moment they're not doing anything yet. But I don't think we're to that point to where, I don't think they suspended shipping and factories. Well, I would let it. If that's the case, if they're suspending shipping and all that stuff, I would let these stocks drop, because some investors are probably going to be pulling their money out of those stocks. I would wait for some. Couldn't get inventory in China. Yeah, I would wait and see how far they go down, and wait until shipping is starting to start up. When they start needing to ship supplies and stuff, then maybe look for it. Because right now, I mean, it's kind of a gamble, because a lot of these shipping companies are garbage. I mean, absolute garbage. They do get pumped. There was a November and December where these shipping stocks were way higher than they are now. They got pumped up like crazy. So it is possible that there could be some big money to make on these. But right now, like I said, the only things that are moving up in this market are coronavirus stocks and inverse ETFs. So I think there's some possibility there. I think they definitely might start moving at some point. I just don't know how soon that will be, because in America we're just now getting to the point where everything is shutting down. The NHL suspended games for the season, and the MLB suspended games for the season. So, and NBA did. Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean that's a good point. See, I didn't think about that. And you're in that drop shipping business, so you're shipping things all the time. So That's actually some great information. I'm glad you brought that in here. Some people can get an idea about that, because if you're having problems shipping your products out, then that means a lot of companies are going to have problems. So that's another thing. That's another issue. If we're having shipping issues, then the stock market's going to keep going down, because companies got to get their products out to stores and stuff like that. So that's a good point. Very good point. So we're still slowly climbing up here on AYTU. Like I said, I don't think shorts are going to start covering until after 2. Yeah, that if they're having those type of issues, for sure, I would definitely keep them on watch. If you want to make a list of some of these shippers, when shipping stocks move, most of these will move as well. Like if the big companies are moving, these little ones will definitely move too. And there's a lot of profit to be made off of these little ones when they do start getting pumped up. Oh, you might not be able to see it because it's behind my head, but you have PXS, which is, well, I don't even know how to say the name, but something tankers. You have Top Shipping. TOPS is the ticker symbol for that. You have Globus Maritime, which is GLBS. You have DCIX. Then you have SHIP, SHIP, pretty clear one. Yeah, and that's all the shippers that I have on my list. There's more, but these are the ones that I've seen personally rip pretty hard in the past, like years ago. So if you want that list, but you might be able to see it. I can kind of see it. I think it's. You might be able to see it. If you can't, just hit me up and I'll message the list to you over Facebook or something. So see what we got, about 30 minutes in this market. See, there's a lot of sideways movements, and this is what I was saying this morning about yeah, just hit me up and I'll get you the list. I've got this list on my platform. I keep it just in case, because when like I said, when these shippers start running, they run. But like I was saying this morning, the whole reason I'm doing more swing trading right now than actual day trading is because this is going sideways. This stock has a lot of potential to rip, but the rips we're seeing are in pre-market and post-market. It's like with all these stocks. LSA, sideways. CHFS, sideways. That one actually dropped down quite a bit. That had a good press release too. But you even look at the top 10% gainer list, sideways. Sideways. That's not even a good stock. Sideways. So, with the market moving sideways during the day, we may not get very many rips. So I would rather be swing trading these stocks and try to catch the rips in the pre-market and post-market on them than waiting around all day to see if they're going to rip. So they're probably not going to be a ton of day trades as long as the market stays the way it is. Move this back down so I can see the SPY. There we go. And if I do any day trades, probably most likely they're going to be on TVIX or VIX, just playing the SPY. So. See, how many candles do we have hitting right here at 180? 6 candles so far have hit at 180. So needs a strong break over 180 so it can start climbing back up to 2, or yeah, back up. Well, it was up at 2 earlier. You can see right there it got close to 2, but so yeah, we're gonna watch this. We'll keep the stream going for a little bit after the market closes for post market trading, because like I said, that's where the rips have been, is pre market and post market. So that's what I want to see is, you know, how strong these coronavirus stocks close, what the SPY closes at, all that stuff. So we got about 35 minutes until the market closes. So basically a lot of waiting right now. It's a waiting game for pretty much everything. So we had some tops back here as well at 180. I don't even know what today is. I'm so lost right now. What is today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. Okay. I had a momentary brain lapse there. But yeah, if anybody's got anything they want to talk about, just let's go. Cause like I said, I don't think we're gonna get a rip on anything while the market is open. I think it's gonna be after hours. So the next 30 minutes, we're just kind of waiting things out. If something is going to get a rip, it will most likely be AYTU, since it's the only thing that has been constantly going up today. It's built higher lows. You got lows here, lows here. And that one's a little bit higher, but that's a higher low. And then starting to build new lows here at 175. So switch back to 30 minutes so we can see here. Yeah, this looks pretty good on the 30-minute chart. This candle closed above the 9 EMA here, so let's see, what did they just put out? Oh, that's a good thing. They stated they signed a deal with healthcare-focused institutional investors to purchase 16 million shares and warrants. See, I didn't know that. I knew they were doing an offering like this, but it's not just a random offering. They're actually selling these to some institutional investors, so They are selling them to at $1.25. So I mean, it is very possible this stock could get back down to $1.25 tomorrow after this deal goes through, because they're buying it at 125, so everybody could be like, ah. But at the same time, there's a reason why they're selling those shares to those institutional investors, and that's to raise money to get their test out and get their coronavirus tests sent to wherever they got to send them to. So just keep that in mind if you are planning on swinging this. I'm in at 145, so I mean if it drops to 125, that it's not a major uh, that's not that low from where I got in at, so I'm fine with that. But if you've been thinking about swinging this and you started getting in up here towards the top in these areas, then just be aware that it is possible this could get back down to these levels before it goes on a move. But yeah, if some of you are in here and you don't know about the Facebook group, you can go search Framework Fortune Day Trading and you can join the Facebook group. I do a lot of my announcements and things like that in there. And then, of course, we have other traders. One Life, he does little podcasts in there on the Facebook talking about market conditions and stuff right now. And there's a lot of traders. Well, there's not a lot, but there's a decent amount of traders in there who are pretty good. Daniel B, One Life, Mark Guzman, and a few newer traders like Josh Totem. There's some good guys in that Facebook group, so if you want to join it, we don't have any spam or nonsense going on in there like that. So just go look it up, and you'll have to wait for me to accept you in, but I'll accept you in, and you can ask questions and do what you want to do in the group. Yeah, if it drops to 125, I might buy more as well. But yeah, we talk about our swings and all that stuff in the Facebook group as well. So if you're wondering what's going on and you're not able to catch the streams all the time, then you can hop in the Facebook group and see what's going on. So we're hitting 180 again. And I think it's going to be like this all the way up to $2. Because I'm telling you, I think shorters are really trying to hold this down, and it's really going to get crazy when those shorters have to cover. See, TLSA is starting to come back up a little bit again. You can see it's kind of on an uptrend as well on the 30-minute. So TLSA could possibly get a rip. If not today, maybe tomorrow. We've gotten up to 183. All right, guys, give me just a second. I'll be right All right. One Life's calling a test of $2 before we close on this. And I might agree with him. I think that is a possibility. So we got what, 24 minutes. So if we see a $2 test, that's going to show some pretty good strength. If that happens. How's the old SPY? Oh boy. Oh boy, SPY's getting real close to them levels again. Yeah, we're getting real close. So the market might drop pretty hard here in after hours. My one share of TVIX is looking pretty tasty. I'm up like what, $140, $150 right now on that one share of that inverse ETF. That's crazy. So we're actually starting to get a little higher here. This is a good looking candle. See TLSA coming up a little bit. Yeah, it's trying to work its way back to that 550 area. See, AYTU's had 80 million shares of volume today. I can guarantee this stock probably didn't have 80 million shares of volume in a day back in here. So there's a lot of eyes on this stock. And the more people find out about it, I think the more eyes are going to be on it. A little bit of a pullback here. See the SPY have a little bit of a bounce there. So we are having a little bit of a pullback, but not very much. We're still holding above the 9 EMA on this. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a little quiet and slow for a few minutes till we get a little closer to market close, and then things could get a little crazy. What you could also do on these shipping stocks, if you want an idea of when they might start moving, is you can watch the volume, look at the average volume that they have daily. So like today, Tops has had 3 million, PXS has only had 33,000. So you can look at these volume bars, and if you see they have a lot of random volume bars because these stocks get pumped. You can see PXS got pumped right there, pumped right there. There was some volume in there, and then after it sold off and dropped off, the volume went away, but you had a little pop there, little pop there. But if you start seeing like several days in a row volume climbing and getting higher and higher, then that's a lot of times a good indicator that a stock might start getting some attention. So if you see all the shipper stocks starting to get more volume than they normally do, then you can be ready for those shipper stocks. Now, it is possible we could have a sell off on AYTU right before the bell, but I don't think so. But we'll see. There's a lot of things going on this week that could make things a little difficult to call what they're going to do. Well, not really what they're going to do, but when they're going to do it. And that's the problem with the market at the moment when there's a lot of uncertainty and stuff. Stocks are a lot less predictable, which is another reason why I'm swinging right now instead of day trading. It's hard to day trade when there's not much predictability in the market. So unless you're day trading the inverse ETFs, like I've been saying, but like Monday and Tuesday we had lunchtime rippers, and then yesterday I was expecting a lunchtime ripper and we got nothing. Well, that's not true. BKY did go on a decent little rip right before lunch, but then after that we got no rippers. And today is kind of the same thing, but during lunchtime we didn't have any rippers at all. So I think that makes it pretty unpredictable because we're not getting any type of trends or patterns of when stocks are ripping. So with swing trading, we know that stocks are getting moves in pre-market. This is a big move in pre-market here. A nice move there in pre-market. Nice move there in pre-market on AYTU. Same thing with some of these other stocks. You see all this $8 run on TLSA yesterday was all in pre-market. Then during the day, nothing. And then nothing. And then pre-market moves up. So so we got about 15 more minutes. See what is going to happen. See how we look on the 10. Yeah, we're still looking pretty good on the 10-day, 30-minute chart for AYTU. So we may get this $2 test right before market close. Or it might be after the market closes. Might have a little sell off and then investors might start coming in, or swing traders or whoever. So look at there, some more selling at 180. We keep having all this selling. But like I said, I think it's shorters. If, if I'm right about this theory and that all these shorters have been coming in all day on this stock, and these shorters get caught up, then I think there is a ton of potential. Like this short squeeze could be a very massive short squeeze. But like I said, it's not going to happen until the stock gets over 2. And maybe even 190. Let me look back. Let me see something. There's a little, yeah, I see what they're going off of too. There's a little resistance and support at 180 back through here on the chart pattern. But that's not enough resistance and old support to make this, to have this much selling at that 180 mark. 175, that's not a good enough reason for that. So I really do think this is shorters. I think this is all shorters. That's going to be in on the ask all through here. Which is another reason why I say it is possible this could get back down to $1.25, because if it is all shorters and we don't have enough buying strength yet today to get over that, to test that $2 or get over that $2, then the shorters might win this battle for now and it could come back down to $1.25. But I don't think they're going to win I don't think they're going to win the war. They might win the battle today, but I don't think they're going to win the war. Well, is anybody going to any football games or? Well, I guess it's not football season, but is anybody going to any baseball games or basketball games tonight? Any fun plans to go to crowded areas and hang out, crowded public places? Well, look at that. There we did get a rip on we did get a rip on SFET today. SFET. That's kind of a random rip. I know they canceled everything. That's why I said that. Uh, that's interesting. It's just a rip out of nowhere. Hmm. Oh, okay. I see why. So they do have something to do with the coronavirus still. I actually want to add this to the watch list. They're offering free remote services for businesses or whatever that want their employees to work from home. So I do want to keep that. I do want to keep that on watch, just in case. See, the SPY looks like it's bounced back up a little bit. So it might close. SPY might close a little higher, but we'll see. I personally don't think that the $500 billion that they're wanting to put into the market, I don't think it's a good idea. It sounds like a good idea in theory because you keep the market from possibly crashing, but it's kind of like putting a band-aid on like a broken arm, and that's what the stock market is right now, is like a broken arm. So I think that might help for a couple of days, but if everything stays the way it is, then I think it's probably going to be a momentary fix. And then as soon as investors realize that nothing is changing, they're going to dump more, and hedge funds will start dumping. And then what is the Fed's going to do? Are they going to leave that $500 billion in the market to crash with the market? I don't know. But if they get forced to have to pull that $5 billion out, that's really going to crash the market. So that's why I think it's not a good idea. I could be wrong. We will see. Only time will tell. But to me, at this point in time, with everything kind of looking like it's going to get worse, I don't think that's going to help. I'm not sick. I don't have the coronavirus. I know I'm coughing and kind of wheezy and stuff, but it's just allergies. I don't actually feel bad. I don't have any other symptoms than just being allergic to air. And it's been a little bit warmer the past few days, pretty much this past week in Wisconsin. So, it is getting around the springtime, so there's going to be things in the air. But I've already had somebody on a different live stream comment that I have the coronavirus, and that's not true. I'm absolutely fine. But I do apologize for the coughing and all that stuff. I'm trying to suppress it as much as I can, but it's a little hard. So we got 6 minutes left. I got it. Yeah, I know. I don't even care. If people want to say I've got it, it doesn't matter. It's like, whatever. We're all probably going to get it eventually at some point. Because it is airborne. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here on AYTU right before the bell, because we got 5 minutes left, and it's still just kind of in this same area. But it is still holding above the 9 on the 30-minute chart. Oh, actually, that's the 20-day and 1 hour. It looks similar. But yeah, it's still holding above the 9 there. So I don't know if we're going to have a sell-off or if it's going to start testing. There's 12,000 shares bought. It's moving too fast. I missed that. My microphone's like right up here. It's hanging on a boom arm. So like my timing cells, I have to like look around my mic to see it. If you guys start seeing me do like this, it's because I'm trying to look at the timing cells. I can see my level 2, but the timing cells I can't see unless I move my head. And if AYTU starts really ripping, then you might see me doing this and I'm not looking at the timing cells. I might just be dancing because I'm happy that I'm making some good money. And I am up on AYTU. I'm up about 60 something dollars right now. But like I said, I think this stock has a lot more potential than what it's at right now. So, and actually, I gotta give credit to One Life because One Life was doing some research and he found the research on this stock. He found the press releases and the press release with the commercial rights because I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing a press release on AYTU saying anything about those commercial rights, but it was in Apple News press release. So the information is there somewhere. You just gotta find it. And TLSA, still the same thing. Like I said, we're still going sideways except for SFET right here in the last minute. Still been popping up. Ooh, big buyer just came in at 179 on AYTU. Very big buyer. That's a 100,000 share buyer. So somebody is thinking the same thing I am if they're buying 100,000 shares of this. You know, that's like $200,000 they're investing. And it looks like they got some of it filled. Ooh. Market's about to close, but there's some buyers starting to come in here right at the end. That might scare shorters out. Shorters might hop out of this with it being this close to market close. They might start having to cover. Alright, so market's closed. We are in after hours. And we'll see what happens here. We'll give the stream probably about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Oh, we're starting to pop a little bit here in after hours. Got all the way up to 188. Yep. We still got some decent volume for it to be after hours too. So TLSA had a little pullback right before the market closed, but the ask is all the way up at 531. So yeah, we'll give us a few minutes, see what it does, see if it volume starts dying off or not. See what the SPY close at. Ooh, the SPY the SPY started dropping too right before the market started closing. Yeah, the SPY probably might drop some more overnight. I would expect it. Like if you're worried about the market dropping, I would be pretty aware that it probably is going to, because it is at a new low. We have another new low, so 2 days in a row we've made new lows with the SPY. That's not a good sign. It's very interesting. See, I'm wondering if this was buying volume coming in or if this was shorters covering. If it's that type of buying volume, because they might have got real nervous that this didn't crash before the bell, and some of them might have started covering, which pushed this up a little bit. And if some other people start coming in and buying, we could see more shorters start to cover here in post. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is still a lot of buying coming in. I'm wondering if it's shorters trying to cover because they're scared to hold this overnight, especially after it didn't drop, or if it's actually more people just buying. We'll see. Let's check on a few things. See if anything else is doing anything in post. So TLSA. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, but like, if you were short on AYTU because you thought this was a garbage stock and you're in after hours and it didn't have the sell off you thought it was going to have right before the market close, you got to cover, especially if it starts getting closer to $2. Like, after hours or not, they're going to want to try to cover if it starts going up higher. They don't want to. They don't want to be holding a short on a stock that's not going down overnight. You know, so they'll probably be. That's what I'm saying. Like if it slowly keeps creeping up some more, they might start trying to cover. But we'll see. That too, margin calls. They could start getting hit with margin calls if it is shorter. So. Okay, so SPX did have a little bit of a pullback before market, but overall, I mean, 150, it's got support on this 30 minutes, so 150 support there. But let's go back to AYTU and let's see if we're going to start getting spicy. And if you're swinging or trading these coronavirus stocks, you also want to keep an eye on your live news because something could come out at any minute for any of these stocks, and you could see them rip. Or maybe something bad could come out and you could see them drop too, but yeah, that's pretty ugly on the SPY. I definitely think we're gonna have a drop tonight. So I mean, it is possible that it could be a little bit later before we see any moves on anything. It might just, I don't know. It's so hard to tell right now because the rips are coming at different times. So just kind of got to hold on and wait for them. Hmm. Yeah, so we'll give the stream a few more minutes just to see if volume starts coming in, because you can see right here volume's kind of dropped off a little, so volume might die off. But I want to make sure before I end the stream, because if volume does start coming in, we start seeing these bars starting to get higher, then you could see this start moving. Eh, looks like it may have a pullback first before it does anything. Yeah, so a little pullback here. So it's definitely not going to rip right in the next few minutes with it having a pullback. So we'll just have to see what happens. It could be later today. It could be tomorrow morning. I really don't know for sure when we could see this rip start happening, but I think they are coming. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here because that's pretty much going to be it. Most likely volume is going to die off for a little while on this. So we will see what happens. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another stream to check on all these swing trades and see where we're at. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. Have a great rest of your night. Don't worry about the market crashing too much. Enjoy your life. Life will go on. And until tomorrow,